Hi everyone! Today I'm looking into getting another horse, or as I could say, a companion for Grayson. For a while now I've been seeing horse ads pop up on my Instagram or my Facebook, and I've been really wanting to just get another one for the barn, especially as my new storyline is starting to begin. I feel like we could have a few more lesson horses in the barn, so that is what I'm going to do, and I'm taking you along with it. I decided to look at a total of 4 horses, and they were all the sweetest souls. The first one that I decided to look at is Romeo. Half a Mile, or Romeo, is a 6.5-year-old gelding who has experience in different eventing programs and competitions. Romeo caught my eye at the fact that he had pretty blue eyes, and he was an Arabian mix, which is a really pretty breed. He was also born and raised in Moorland stables, which is where I grew up, so I have a little soft spot for animals that grew up in Moorland for some reason, so I decided to go and check him out with my best friend, Jem. It was a little bit dark when we got there, because it takes a while to drive there, but once we got there I was really excited to see him, and he sure was excited to see me. Jem gave me a leg up, and I started walking him around the arena. The ride was pretty smooth. He did get distracted by a couple of other horses at the barn because there was a show going on next door. The trot was very bouncy, and I could definitely tell that he was an Arabian based on his tail and his legs. After we felt like he was warmed up enough, they let us jump him for a little bit, which I really enjoyed. He was trained in eventing and mostly jumping, so we tried him out on the jumps, and he first didn't spook at all at any of the other horses or the jumps, which was really nice. He had a good form throughout the entire thing, and I thought he was doing really well. After a couple jumps though, he did start to get a little bit spooky. Maybe he was just tired from all the riding and shine, but he did get spooked by a couple of cones. After that we just had to keep walking, and we took a little break for a while. Romeo was such a great horse to try, and I'm really glad that I tried him to have a different experience on a different breed that I normally don't ride. Romeo's personality was really sweet and really pure. He was just a little bit too spooky for me, and especially for the beginner riders in the barn. The next horse I decided to try is a Yorvik Thoroughbred gelding. This is Gipsy. He is located in Silverglade Stables, and he has been trained in cross country and jumpers. He has also won silver at the Firgrove Cross Country Championship in 2018. I am personally looking for a nice horse to compete with and for a lesson horse for beginners at our barn, so I thought he would be perfect. I have been to Silverglade Barn multiple times, whether it's for shows or for school. This place is very special to me, and I really enjoyed going here again as I haven't been in a long time. Gipsy was behaving very well when I mounted and when I moved into the trot. There were a few butterflies around, but Gipsy didn't get too distracted, luckily. He did seem to be a little bit stiff when I moved into the canter, and he was a little bit nervous by the camera. We had to stop the cameras because Gipsy was getting too nervous, but I really enjoyed my ride with him. So Gipsy didn't really work out with around the cameras and he got a little bit too nervous. I did end up jumping him and he was definitely a great jumper and I could totally see him as being a cross-country horse, but I had to move on to the next horse the next day. The next horse I tried was a Frisian mix mare, and she's a dressage horse, which I normally don't try dressage horses, but I decided to try one. She is a sweet but sassy dressage mare, and she's been showing for 2.5 years. Has been trained in intermediate dressage, which is my level. She is 16.5 hands and 7 years old. I also noticed that it said experienced riders preferred, so I kept that in mind while riding. But since she was in Golden, I decided to check her out anyways. When I got there, she was already tacked up, which was really nice. Her coat was beautiful, and I totally understand why they named her Pumpkin. When I started riding her, she seemed very elegant and definitely like a circus horse almost. She was a little bit stiff though, almost like she hasn't been ridden in a while, and she just didn't really feel comfortable going over many jumps that we tried. She showed off one of her tricks and it was very neat. I never have ridden a trick horse before. We were able to go over a few jumps, but she got a little bit tired and jumping just wasn't her thing. I was definitely considering Pumpkin or Bonfire because she was so elegant, but as soon as I saw this beautiful mare on my homepage of my Facebook, I just had to go and see her. This is Estelle from Marley's Farm, which is actually where I got Grayson, so I had some really high hopes for her personality. Sugar and Spice, or Estelle, is an Appaloosa mare trained in hunters but would be great in any discipline, as she was described. She's 6 years and almost 15.5 hands. They described her as a calm and collected pony, and at times she can be pretty spunky, which I really liked. It was really nice to meet up with Marley again, as I hadn't seen him in a while. And he also redid his barn, and I loved it. Estella was definitely a pretty spunky pony, and you could see her bubbly personality as soon as you walked into the barn. You can also see in her walk as well, she's just a happy pony and reminds me just like Grayson. I tucked her up and she was really calm and very smooth while mounting as well. As soon as I started riding in this arena, I got flashbacks to the shows that I have done in this arena, and I could definitely see a big future with her. Sadly, it was a bit windy and the bugs were going crazy, so she started spooking and doing this silly walk, but we calmed down after a while. I expected her to be pretty silly and spooky as she was a little bit young, just like Grayson was, but that's nothing we can't fix. The ride with Estella was really enjoyable, and she really never had any spooks after that one big one. She was definitely a very calm pony, spunky and sweet and bubbly, just like they described her. After my ride with Estella, I talked to Marley, and after talking for a little bit, I made a decision. Estella seemed to be the best fit for me, and I really trusted this barn. I've gone to many shows here, I grew up around here, and I got my first horse, Grayson, here. I really think that she's the best horse for me and the barn, and I really see a huge future with her. Now without further ado, let's roll the clips of me going to go get Estella. Hello everyone, it is February 2nd, I believe. I'll put it on the screen. And I am going to go and get Estella. It is now like around a week later, and I've signed all the paperwork, and now it is time to go and pick her up. I have everything ready for her, and I got her some new things. In Spice Stables, we color coordinate all of our horses to keep everything organized, and in this case, her color is a lavender lilac purple. So I bought her a new bridle and some leg wraps, so she can be really comfortable and, well, so we can keep organized in the new barn. I shouldn't keep you from waiting. Let's go and see Estella. I went and picked her up, and as you can see, she is in purple, and I think it really suits her, don't you think? This would be the last time that she would be staying in her barn, so we said goodbye to everything, and I thanked Marley again, and then we arrived in Golden. I am going to leave it there because I am going to make you guys wait until the next video for you to see what's going on with Estella. I decided to give her a break with the cameras since it is all very much new to her, and I think she just needs some time to be introduced to the barn and all the other horses, which you guys will see soon. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this type of content or what you guys would want me to make. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. Until next time, bye! I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.